So yesterday we have discussed about cloud management, right? So in that again we are having managing the cloud, right? So in that managing cloud again it has been classified two types, right? No? So one is the managing the infrastructure of the cloud and second one is the managing the cloud applications, right? So here we have discussed about the managing the infrastructure of the cloud, right? So it is mainly this infrastructure is the backbone of the cloud, right? And responsible for the quality of service, and it is going to be maintaining all the infrastructures and resources. If it is not maintaining properly means definitely it will be affecting on the quality of service. And the main aim of this cloud management is resource management. Okay, resource management means resource management. What are the things they are going to be involving means like scheduling, provisioning, and balancing. Mainly, these three things are going to be controlled and managed by cloud service providers. Their main job is to provide the software capabilities to all the users, such as like cloud operating systems. Okay, that is responsible for providing the services of the cloud, and internally they have to control the clouds, right? So this is not a small task for them, right? It is a complex system. They have to maintain a lot of resources they have to maintain. Why? Because resources are going to be shared with the several users, right? If any poor performance in the resource management means definitely it will be affecting the three main things. One is the performance, another is the functionality, and the cost. So here main important thing in the cloud is performance, right? So this performance is totally depending on the SLAs, right? Service level agreement. If service level agreement is satisfied, then only performance will be good, and this performance will be depending on the quality of service, right? If quality of service is good means obviously performance, everything will be going to be improved. And if any problem has been occurred means it will be affecting the functionality, and maintenance of the cloud will become a difficult for the cloud service providers, right? And next third was cost, right? Cost was developed mainly for the cloud only. Okay, cloud was mainly developed for this cost only. Why? Because business, whoever want to start any organization don't have any financial, they can easily start, okay, with a minimum amount, by minimum amount. And service providers, by providing this, they can get the marginal profits, and simultaneously users are going to be increasing. If cost is less means, however users are going to be addicted to that particular service means obviously he will be utilizing the services from the internet, right? So this will be the cost. That's why we are saying this cost will be important in this cloud. If cost is less means all can easily get the profits, and we can easily increase the customers, and service providers are going to be managing and controlling, and they are providing the services to the users with marginal profits. If cost is high means here access of resources, everything will be a cost will be high for users also, whoever are utilizing the services for the, okay, at that time cost will be high means obviously users are going to be decreasing. Okay, why the service provider will bear this all cost? No one will bear this cost, so users have to be pay more. So why users will be only at that time, instead of using 100 people, here they will be using like some 10% or 20% people only. Okay, if they need urgently, in that case they will go for that, right? So that's why they have maintained the less cost, and more users are going to be utilizing the services. Okay, so these are the three main things, right? So other than this, power consumptions and optimization issues will be there. And several approaches are there, like consolidation of servers, which is going to be reduce the energy of consumptions and increase the performance of the cloud. And next issue is storage and storage workloads. And at last 2 points we have to discuss. One is the load fluctuation, and next cloud governance in this, right? So here all management methodologies are based on the load fluctuation. So load fluctuation means workload varies. Okay, whenever the users are going to be increased, whenever the users are going to be increased, at that time they have to provide all the resources, okay, without any problem or without any issue for the end users. So without any disturbance they have to provide. So here all management methodologies are going to be based on the load fluctuation, and it is going to be varying from workload. So this load fluctuation is the point where workload of the system changes this continuously. Okay, it is important issue and criteria for the cloud application. And this cloud fluctuation is again classified into two types. One is the predictable and the second one is unpredictable, right? Unpredictable. So predictable means easy to handle. Okay, whatever the issues, whatever the problems has been raised in that network or in that cloud, okay, whenever the users are interacting to the application, means if the experienced persons are working there, means easily they can identify the issue and easily they can handle. Okay, if they know that issue, easily they can recover it. That is a predictable. Okay, easy to handle and pre-configure for handling the fluctuations. That is predictable. Unpredictable means difficult to handle. Okay, if he is unable to find where the problem has been occurred, okay, what is the issue, then how can he solve the problem? So that will be a difficult. So here they are going to be hiring a experience and freshers. Okay, whenever they hire the freshers, means at that time it will become a difficult to handle, right, all the situations. And cloud is going to be preferred by several users, not by one. Okay, here multiple users are going to be utilizing the cloud services, not only a single person. Many and n number of users are going to be utilizing the services of the cloud. So this is not that much easy to handle everything, to control the traffic, to control the workload, to provide all the resources to the users. Okay, so they have to work and they are going to be working at the background, okay, internally, so that users should not face any problems, right? And the second point is cloud governance, right? So here it is closely related to the cloud management now, right? So cloud governance is different from cloud management, right? So this cloud governance, it will be providing some set of rules, okay, set of rules, conditions, everything, right? So governance means in corporate world, what will be the processing, okay, how to create, what are the strategies, objectives, okay, these all things they are going to be setting to lead the whenever they are going to be like initiating one new company, okay, or new organization. At that time what they are going to be doing, they are going to be setting some objectives, some rules, okay, some conditions, so that their company have to reach some profits and benefits, right? So like that they are going to be governance, means they are setting some rules, some conditions or objectives or strategies. Okay, they are creating the process so that everyone have to follow in that way, so that it can lead to the growth of the company, right? So governance, that is, so maintaining the certain level, controlling over the company, right? Similarly to that, cloud organizations also involved. Okay, cloud organizations also involved. So several aspects of this cloud governance, out of which SLAs, okay, are also one of the important aspects. right? So SLS mainly for setting the rules and conditions, how we people are using the governance rules and conditions we are following. Same as like SLS in cloud, they are going to be using some governance with the help of this SLS. They are going to be setting all the rules and conditions, right? And it is going to be defining between cloud service providers and the users, right? So decides upon the quality of factor. If quality of factor is good means obviously everything will be, performance will be good, functionality and users are going to be increased simultaneously, right? So if SLAs are not followed properly means definitely there will be a penalty for the defaulters, right? For both cloud service providers and the users who are utilizing the services from the cloud, right? So whole cloud governed by keeping these SLS in mind, right? So here in cloud management, with the help of SLS, they are setting some rules, conditions, strategies, everything, right? Between the user and the service providers. Normal in our corporate world or whenever we are utilizing any services of the government sector or anything, they are also providing some rules and conditions. If we are okay with that, then we are going to be approaching to that, right? So that is cloud management, like cloud management, managing the infrastructure of the cloud. Very very important topic ma, this cloud managing the cloud application. In that two types are there ma. One is the infrastructure they are going to be maintaining and second one is the cloud applications they are maintaining. So how they are going to be managing the cloud means in these two types, right? In these two types. And next, managing the cloud application will be continued by our Indra Tej. Okay, Indra Tej, are there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Shall I keep my screen or you want to share your own?
It's okay, ma'am. You can keep your skin.
Okay, fine, ma. You can continue second type. This is the second type, ma, for the managing cloud. That is managing the cloud application. Okay, you continue, ma.
Yeah. So up to now, ma'am told you that we need big infrastructure like big storages and all. But the second main thing is that application support. For example, if I'm starting a business and I'm using Amazon Cloud Service, okay, like Indra Industries. So I want my employees to have a unique email address, like some ex-employee at indraindustries.com. So I need this service from Amazon Cloud. So they need to be updated so that they can provide me these services like email, like SaaS service has a software as a service. Like email is some type of software, but we use it as a service. So I need this from Amazon. So they need to provide me this type of services to me. So if I am a cloud provider, I must be updated that whatever the needs and requirements that my users need, I need to be provide them. For example, if I'm paying so much of money to this Amazon cloud service and they don't provide me this kind of services, then why should I choose them? Even if they have big infrastructure, big storage, big servers, clouds, but still I don't use that because I need some services that they need to keep up the demand. So to do this, they need some requirements, like they need to inspect and inspect the each and services that they are providing so that they can keep updating their services to the user. Not only that, but also cloud management need to address the issues and the purpose to make the application run in the cloud. They also provide the enterprise policies like governments, auditing, etc. Like ma'am, like ma'am told you, governance is required. They need some standard set of rules and policies. Let us assume that I'm using cloud service and I don't know what are the. I mean, I have taken some package. So to Amazon cloud service, if they're not, I don't know that what kind of services they are going to provide. So if they don't keep the set of standard rules and policies, so cloud service also required this. They also provide they also make sure that applications should have governance and auditing and management, so that they will know, they keep on monitoring, so that they keep on the meet the requirement of the user. I mean, whatever the services that user need, they keep on updating themselves, they keep on monitoring, and they provide the good services to the user, whoever is using the cloud as a platform for the business. That's it.
Okay, fine, ma. Thank you, Indratej. So this is the managing the cloud, right? In these two types are there. One is the infrastructure they are going to be managing, and second one is the cloud applications, right? At the background, how they are going to be maintaining the cloud and how they are going to be providing some set of rules and conditions, everything, right? So it is not a small task, might say very typical task, right? Why? Because n number of users are accessing to the cloud services. What are the issues will be there? Okay, these all things you have to write in your exam, right? So whenever the question comes first, okay, infrastructure, managing the infrastructure in the cloud means first main thing you have to write, like make a side headings, or we will, however, we will provide the notes also, no? Point by point you have to explain. One is the one infrastructure is the backbone for the cloud, and mainly it will be responsible for the quality of service. And second, if quality of service is not good means obviously it will be affecting the performance and affecting the cloud, right? Cloud services. And here the main aim of this cloud management is to maintain all the resources properly, right? So resource management can be involved in several internal tasks, like the main three things: scheduling, provisioning, and load balancing. Who are going to be controlling these all things? Cloud service providers, right? So they are going to be looking after about this cloud operating system, and internally they are going to be controlling. So this is not a small task, might say complex task for them. Why? Because these all resources are going to be shared with the several users, right? If poor management is there, okay, resources unable to provide the resources means definitely it will be leading to the effects on performance, functionality, and cost. If everything is good means, then obviously here users are going to be increased, right? Cost will be less for the services. So obviously these all things will be there, right? And two more issues are there, like power consumptions and optimization. And some several approaches are there. One is the consolidation of server and storage workloads, right? And next they are going to be using some methodologies, right? What methodologies are going to be based means load fluctuation. So all management methodologies are based on the load fluctuation, okay? If load fluctuation is good means here obviously services are provided to the users easily, right? So load fluctuation is again classified into two types. One is predictable and another one is unpredictable. Predictable is easier, difficult? Answer me, no? Predictable. Easy to handle or difficult to handle? Predictable. Easy to handle, right? So unpredictable, difficult to handle, right? And cloud governance they are going to be using same how we are keeping some rules and condition. Here in this cloud management also they are going to be providing the SLS. With the help of that SLS they are going to be deciding all the quality of factors. If anything happens, okay, SLA, it will be affecting on SLA, and here penalty will be uh, whose mistake, who is the defaulter, for them here charges and penalty is going to be applied. So here cloud governed by keeping this all SLS in the mind, right? So this is the managing the cloud, right? So